Hello and welcome to the Jacksonville Jaguars review, the show I do for the OMFL Jacksonville Jaguars. This week we're going to be discussing the off-season. I've got about 10 minutes before my Week 1 game against the Bills, so we're going to try to do this quickly. The biggest story in the off-season was whether or not I would be cutting Trevor Lawrence. As you see here, 109 penalty. Obviously, I would use the $0 bonus cut thing. The issue with Lawrence is that it's not that he's a bad quarterback. It's that he makes $40 million a season now, thanks to, 27 this year because I restructured, but it's $40 million going forward because of an unfortunate situation where I used the 20% bonus cut from, I believe, the incentive awards, and it reshuffled his contract, which had originally been backloaded rather, and gone up from 15 to 17 to 19 to 21, and so on until it jumped in year, I think, 4 or 5, and made his contract, what it is on the screen right now. I had tried to make many trades, deals with, I don't want to get too behind the scenes, but deals with San Francisco, trying to figure out something for Purdy, trying to find anyone who might be moving a quarterback, somebody who perhaps had a rocky first year with a rookie, like, say, Jaden Daniels. Obviously, no one was really willing to move a second-year quarterback. Totally makes sense. But, I contacted everybody, and there wasn't really anything to be done on the quarterback front, so we're going to have to keep him for another year, but it looks, if I'm honest, as though I'm probably going to have to cut him after the season to free up the $40 million that I'm going to need for the likes of Fredrickson, who I am also trying to trade, but that is a value problem, and Neon Sports is not very... It's a little too difficult to make a trade for him. I believe he's worth about 1,800 points. And then we have other deals. We have to get ETN done. He's going to be a free agent. Probably do the franchise tag just 1 year after another on him. So we really have to start to worry about stuff like that. Also in the offseason, we had some regression. Mitch Morris... Brandon Scherf technically, but I used the regression prevention. Did a little bit of damage to Lattimore, not a lot, but I saved the regression prevention on him until next season when it really hits him. I'm going to have to earn another gold, I believe, to do it, so here's hoping for that. Free agency wasn't exactly a huge thing for us. Made, obviously, Melifonwu. We grabbed a couple offensive linemen. Jedrick Wales. Actually, that's about it. And almost very little else, simply because, one, we didn't have a lot of cap space, and two, there wasn't a lot of holes in the roster. We did make a trade. We traded our defensive tackle. I'm blanking on his name. That's not good. Give me a second. I'm gonna have to look it up because I'm blanking right now. There we are. We traded Brian Larson to the Niners in order to get going the wrong way here. In order to get our tight end of the future, Michael Mayers, who I believe came over to San Francisco from Vegas. We put some points into him in the offseason. And the safety, our new free safety, Jair Brown, who will take over for Cisco, who's going to play some strong safety and obviously our nickel corner position. That trade, it didn't really free us up spot, but it did allow us to not have to worry about re-signing him. Larson, I mean, which he wanted about 10 to 11 million. Again, it's not a lot. It's fine for what he does for or did for us, but we've been spending a lot of effort building up Mason Smith, so it didn't make sense to pay him that kind of money when we have him, two guys we can't get rid of, and then we can just draft a new defensive tackle. We can sign somebody cheap. Speaking of the draft, we're gonna knock this out of the way. There was only really one player that mattered from the draft. It's our second round pick, Juwan Peterson. Put a little work into him in the season. He's a fairly good blocking, as you can see here, linebacker. He's got a lot of promise. I believe he is hidden development, so we'll find out what that is. Probably star. And in free agency, we got undrafted free agent Kerry Parrish. Star development, a little slow, but not too much. We'll see how he does. We'll see in about 2-3 minutes how he does. I'm probably going to play him a lot. I don't know if he'll get the ball a lot, but I'm going to try to get him into the offense a bit, probably over Gabe Davis, or at least in tandem with Gabe Davis. And other than that, we grabbed a couple running backs. I think Meander has a star development, but I mean, with ETN, Hubbard, and Bigsby, probably won't use him very much. And Earl Hackett is, I believe, a star development, hidden development, my bad. Hidden development linebacker. Hopefully we can use him as our 4-3 linebacker. Probably not a lot per game right away, but the goal is to hopefully develop him to take over for Aluakun in a couple seasons when he leaves the team. I think he has 2 years left on his deal, so we need to worry about that. Not immediately, but soon. So we're gonna focus train him and get him some snaps where we can. It's a little slow for a user, but it's not terrible. He's not worse than Devin Lloyd, and I user Devin Lloyd pretty well. So we're hoping for moderately big things from him in the rookie season. As you can see, not much else has changed, and I got to go to play the Bills. So in 8 minutes, I managed to speed talk my way through all of our changes here. That's my draft. That will probably stay the same minus the draft spots, and the rest of it. Yeah, that's about it. I just covered the entire offseason in 8 minutes. That's probably a record for me. So, as always, for the OMFL Jacksonville Jaguars, I am Mike Fleury, and I will try to do better next time.